attempt, family.
Uncle Josh, yeah.
You've been gone, it's an empty home. Come on back where you really belong. You are always welcome home, welcome home. You've been kept down for much too long. Stand up, please, and say I am free. Don't forget you are welcome home, welcome home. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. You've been gone, it's an empty home. Come on back where you really belong. You are always welcome home, welcome home. Come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and come with me on this happy trip back to the promised land. All will be happy and gay. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome. Come on back. Come on back. Come on back. Welcome to where you really belong.
Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising.
Sure.
Good morning, Wose. We are opening up our Sunday service for the Wose community, and I truly believe this is going to be an awesome occasion. Ashe. We'll now have the affirmation led by Mama Tony and Minister Bill.
Greetings, family.
Greetings.
We will know God's truth to be free and self-determined.
Creator, help us to remember the humanity, glory, and suffering of our ancestors, and to honor the struggles of our elders.
Let us strive to bring new vision and life to our people. Let there be peace and harmony among us.
Let us be loving, sharing, and creative. Let us work, study, and listen so we may learn, teach, and cultivate self-reliance.
Grant us power, O Holy One, as we struggle to resurrect our hearts and our homeland.
We will raise our children according to the needs of our nation, with discipline, patience, devotion, and courage. We will strive to be the living models of the new direction of our people.
We are an African people.
We are children of God.
Ashe.
Ashe.
I said, fight it.
Fight it.
Fight the power.
Fight the power.
Fight
Amen. Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe, this is Soul Sunday. Now we're going to do that in the historical tribute of Minister Alicia.
Greetings, everyone.
Greetings.
Sorry about the pause. I couldn't hear him say my name. So, okay. So today I'm going to give you guys a historical tribute and I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. All right, so today's historical tribute is Albert Chinwalmogo Achebe, using passion for liberation, was what I gleaned from working with this information. Okay, so early information. Chinua Achebe was born on November 16th, 1930 in Ogidi, Nigeria. So November 16th, it's coming up. So it's his birthday is coming up. His name means God is fighting on my behalf. His father, Isaiah Okafo Achebe, was a teacher and an evangelist. His mother, Janet Anaechi, and I promise I practice these words, but Ilog Bunam, a leader among church women and vegetable farmer. His parents stood at the crossroads of traditional culture and Christian influence, which made a significant impact on Chinua. As a youth, he enjoyed the Igbo tradition of storytelling and village events like masquerade ceremonies. He was educated by the collages that his father hung on the walls of their home, as well as almanacs and numerous books. For his primary education, he attended St. Philip's Central School, in which he had the best handwriting and reading skills in the class. He has his secondary education at the prestigious government college in Umuahia. Achebe enrolled in Nakede Central School outside of Owerri in 1942. He was particularly studious and passed the entrance exams for 2 colleges. In 1948, Nigeria's first university opened in preparation for the country's independence, and Achebe was admitted as its first intake. Then he was also given a scholarship to study medicine. A passion emerges. During his studies, Achebe became critical of the depiction of Africa in European literature. The books portrayed Nigerian characters as savages or buffoons. He was particularly put off by Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness, so much so that even years later in 1975, he gave a controversial lecture titled An Image of Africa, Racism in Conrad's Heart of Darkness, which was a landmark in post-colonial discourse. It featured criticism of Albert Schweitzer and Joseph Conrad, whom Achebe described as a thoroughgoing racist. He abandoned medicine to study English, history, and theology. Changing the narrative. Changing his study from medicine to pursue English, history, and theology cost him his original scholarship and required extra tuition fees. He did not stop, though, and was able to receive money from the sacrifices of his family and another government scholarship. He was determined to be a writer and change the way Africans were portrayed in literature. His first piece in 1950 was written for the university's magazine. His writing topics celebrated the intellectual vigor of his classmates, philosophy and freedom in academia, and examinations of conflicts between tradition and modernity. Teaching. After graduation, he pondered possible career paths and was convinced by a friend to apply for an English teaching position at the Merchants of Light School at Oba. He taught there for only 4 months, as it was a meager institution and built on what the residents called bad bush, which was land thought to be tainted by unfriendly spirits. But he taught the students to read extensively and be original in their work. What supplies they didn't have, he provided. He ended up moving to Lagos to work for the Nigerian Broadcasting Service, a radio network started by the colonial government. There he mastered the subtle nuances of written versus spoken language. Things fall apart. During his time in Lagos, there was so much social and political activity around him. Significantly, in 1956, Queen Elizabeth II visited Nigeria, and it highlighted issues of colonialism and politics. He was inspired then to write a novel. This was going to be challenging because very little African fiction had been written in English. He wanted to write in English to reach a broad audience, particularly readers of colonial nations. So this was one thing that was very important for him to do, is be able to reach a wider variety of people, because his whole purpose was to change the narrative of what people were consuming as who African people were. Because at that time, African people were like I had said, their view that people were getting was just that they were just buffoons, or they were just, not even human. And he was trying to change that narrative within the literary community and the wider, broader audience. So after some doing, his book was finally published with 2,000 copies and said to be untouched by the editors. From there, he received a fellowship to travel and noted the struggles of writers writing in their own language that may not have been widely spoken. He went to like places in South Africa, and people were writing in Swahili, but it was like at that time, it wasn't reaching a vast majority of Africans. It wasn't reaching English speakers. He went to, I think it was not Portugal. He went to someplace in South America, and he was talking to people there and the writers there, and he was talking to them about the difficulty about their writing being no, it was Portugal, sorry. That about how it was difficult for their writings to become more wide based because it was written in their particular language and not necessarily translated. Voice of Nigeria in politics. So returning to Nigeria in 1961, Achebe was promoted to the position of Director of External Broadcasting. One of his primary duties was to help create Voice of Nigeria Network. The Voice of Nigeria struggled to remain neutral in the face of a declared state of emergency due to warring political parties and emerging evidence of corruption and silencing of political opposition. When the southern region of Nigeria broke away to form the Republic of Biafra, Achebe supported Biafran independence and acted as ambassador for the people of the new nation. But the Nigerian military attacked to suppress what it considered an unlawful rebellion. The Achebe family, he had a wife, Christiana Chinwe Okolai, and 3 children at that time. They narrowly escaped their house being bombed and other dangers that were happening. They went to the Biafran capital of Aba until it fell to the Nigerian army and he had to relocate again. He was chosen to chair the newly formed National Guidance Committee, charged with the task of writing post-war principles and ideas. Later that year, he joined other writers to tour America, raising awareness about the dire situation in Biafra. They went to 30 college campuses and had many interviews. The Biafran military surrendered finally to Nigeria in 1970, and Achebe returned to Nigeria, where his home was destroyed. And at that time, because he chose to side with the Biafran group, he couldn't go a lot of places because his passport and things were revoked. So so things that some of his books were Things Fall Apart, No Longer at Ease, A Man of the People, Heir of God, and Anthill of the Savannah. I remember reading Things Fall Apart when I was in school, And so later on in life, I went and bought There Was a Country. So I know that, there his writings is very good, and it's very important writings because of the fact that his writings was actually in like school. They put that in school, like you had to read it. Things Fall Apart. And his children's books were Chique in the River, How the Leopard Got Its Claws, The Drum and the Flute. Now he had originally wrote his children's books because when him and his wife started having children, they when they got ready to go to school, they were having a discourse about, okay, we don't want them to just be inundated with the things that the school is giving them, because they're giving them books where their view of themselves and the picture of themselves is not good. So he began to write a few children's books to kind of combat that. And he had a host of essays, critiques, and articles. He was very prolific in his writing. Achebe led a very active life in academia, moving back and forth between America to teach and Nigeria to continue his magazines and working with political parties. He spent most of the 80s speaking and going to conferences and working on his novel. A lot of times he was very active no matter where he was. He moved back and forth from Nigeria to America several times within his life. And each time he went to either teach or he was teaching in mostly college campuses. And he was like, professors and everything in these college campuses teaching there. And then he would go back home and do some more work when it comes to helping to change the narrative and helping to free the people and putting out magazines and putting out the work with politics. The library has closed. In 1990, he was in a car accident in Lagos where his car flipped, and when an axle collapsed and the weight of the vehicle fell on him. He healed mostly, but the damage to his spine left him paralyzed from the waist down. But even after that, he went to New York and became the professor of languages and literature at Bard College for 15 years. That part was amazing to me. He didn't stop his work. He didn't say, oh, I'm paralyzed. Oh, I have to stop the work for my people. No, he healed himself up and he went to New York and he was still teaching and still training young people about literature and about how to write and
Mr. Alicia?
About that wasn't the narrative. So he continued his literary works. He won countless awards and he taught in many colleges. In 2012, he wrote There Was a Country, reopening discourse about the Nigerian Civil War. Then Chinua Achebe transitioned after a short illness on March 21st, 2013. So I want to pour libation. I think I have water in here. I want to pour libation to Chinua Achebe, most dominant and influential writer of modern African literature. Ashe.
Ashe.
Great.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Sounds on.
Love is all around. Love is all around me. 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 And I know it won't be easy. And I know it won't be easy. I know it won't be easy. But when love's all around me. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm gonna make it. Love is all around me. 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 And I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I know it won't be easy with love all around. There's no doubt in my mind. I can make it.
Jose, welcome to Rose Soul Sunday. Just a little background for those of you who may not know. Soul Sunday was originally introduced by Baba Gray, and it was carried on or picked up by Baba Ty. And then once the pandemic came, we were unable to continue in the building. But I was leading Soul Sunday, and I wanted to share that with you all. It was a time where you could hear music, pat your foot, get up and dance, sit back and daydream, let the music take you wherever it wanted to. The genius of music, the genius of musicians and vocalists, is that they have the ability to identify within each and every one of us a chord that strums through us, chord that strikes each of us differently. So I invite you today to be with us. Enjoy with us. We're gonna run through this in real time and in real life, so you'll get to see just as if you were here in one day. Whatever happens here is what you're gonna see. There's no smoke and mirrors. You'll get this live and raw. So welcome again to Soul Sunday. I hope you enjoy it. There is a message in the music. I hope you hear it. Open your hearts and your minds. Hear the message. Ashe.
So I know there's no doubt in my mind. Here we go. I know a place. Ain't nobody crying. Ain't nobody worried. Ain't no so sad. I know it's over, but life goes on, and this world keeps on turning. Let's just be glad we had this time to spend together. There is no need to watch the bridges that we're burning. Take my hand, let's talk together. You share your feelings with me, and I'll share mine. Hear the whispers of the raindrops falling softly, softly against my window. Yeah. Make believe you love me one more time. For the good times, for the good times. I'll get along, and I'm sure you'll find another. But baby, please remember that I'll be here. I'm gonna stay right here if you should ever, ever, ever need me. Now don't say a word about tomorrow or forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. There will be time enough for severance when you leave me. For the good time. For the good time. Lay your head upon my pillow. Talk to me, tell me your feelings, and I'll share mine. Hear the whispers of the raindrops falling softly against my window. And make believe that you love me one more time. For the good time. Hear the whisper of the raindrops falling softly against my window. Yeah. Make believe that you love me one more time. For the good times, for the good times, for the good times, for the good times.
I said.
That one was for those of us who did not get it right the first time. There's always another opportunity to correct and carry on. That being said, we actually break this program up into 3 segments. There's love, which we just talked a little bit about, right? Then there is fight, kind of when all Ike and Tina Turner on you. So we love and then we fight. And then we're going to end with spirit. So right now, we're about to go into the fight. Because in case I forgot to tell you earlier, this is Wose.
Oh, pirates, yes, they robbed us, sold out to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took out from the bottomless pit, but my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation, triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption songs. Redemption song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. And how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. And won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption song, redemption song. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. stand aside and look. I'm going to sing that again. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? One more time. And how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Now, when I first heard that song, I wondered what Bob Marley meant when he said, how long shall they kill our prophets? What prophets was he talking about? And then when I started singing the song, I realized it was Martin, Malcolm, Medgar, Fred Hampton, David Martin, Malcolm, Medgar, Fred Hampton, Martin, Malcolm, Medgar, Fred Hampton. One more time. Martin, Malcolm, Medgar, Fred Hampton. What about it? How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. So won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever have, don't you know, is redemption song. Redemption song. These songs of freedom. Redemption song. Redemption song.
Get up, stand up. Get up, stand up. Listen, I understand that. We understand what we're talking about fighting. And Bob Marley used to say, greetings in the name of His Majesty and Bright Eye Celestia, Jah Rastafari. Ever fearful, ever sure, Selassie the first. I say. Oh, come on, get up. Come on. There we go. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Yes. Rastafari. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Come on now. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. One more time we say, get up, stand up. There we go. Stand up. Stand up for your rights. Stand up for your rights. Get up, stand up. Get up, get up, get up. We'll say, don't give up the fight. Listen, a preacher man don't tell me heaven is under the earth. I know that you don't know what life is really worth. Not all that glitters is gold, and half the story has never been told. Now you see the light. What you gonna do? We're gonna stand up for our right. Hey, get up, stand up, get up, stand up, stand up for your right. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Don't give up the fight. One more time we say, get up, stand up, come on now, stand up for your right. Oh, see, get up, stand up, get up, wait, say, don't give up the fight. Come on, baby, what you say? Most people speak. Great God will come from the sky. Sky. Away everything and make it everybody feel high. Life is work. You will look for yours on earth. And now we see the light. What you gonna do? Stand up for your right. Woo! We say, get up, stand up. Come on, stand up. Stand up for your right. Stand up for your right. Get up. Don't give up the fight. One more time, we say, get up, stand up. I know you're not sitting down. Come on, get up, stand up. You're right.
Jesus' name. But we know and we understand that the living God is an African. Or you can fool some people sometimes, but you can't fool other people all the time. And now that we have seen the light, what we gonna do? We're gonna stand up for our rights. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up for your rights. Stand up for your rights. Stand up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Don't give up the fight. I say, wayo, 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 oh, oh, wayo, oh, oh, wayo, wayo, oh, oh, wayo, oh, oh. Get up, stand up, get up, stand up for your rights. Stand up for your rights. Stand up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Don't give up the fight. 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 Never give up the fight. Never give up the fight.
Ashe, ashe.
Ashe, oh.
Ashe, ashe, ashe. The fight, the struggle continues. Aluta continua. Yes, we are hoping you on Zoom are being blessed like we are in the house. Because it might not be fair because we is feeling it in here. I almost did a backflip. And then I remember who I was. But understand, the message is through the spirit of music, song. And so I hope you're being blessed like I know we are in here. Next, we have what's very important, the litany of sacrifice. There's the realities of taking care of the business financially. And we're going to be led by the litany by Mama Afua and Baba Karabasi.
Good morning, it's good to see you, Mama Afua. Yes, this is the time in the service known as the Litany of Sacrifice. And it's an opportunity that allows us to give back a portion of that which we have received for the week in order to continue to sustain the community and to build and grow for tomorrow. So this is where these contributions go. They do not go into salaries. They go into the actual work of sustaining and growing and building this community. And so this morning's inspiration reading is very much in vein with what Minister Alicia was talking about in her historical tribute, and that is the value of writing and books and authors that leave valuable works behind. This particular passage comes from the Hosea on page 84 from the Book of Songs, passage number 4. And I'm only going to read the second paragraph. They took for themselves the scroll as teacher, priest, and the writing board as a loving son. Books of instructions are their pyramids, the reed pen their child, and the stone surface on which they wrote their wife. The great and small became their children, for the scribe became their leader. Man decays, his corpse becomes dust, and all his relatives die. But a book causes him to be remembered through the mouth of those who quote it. Better is a book than a well-built house, than a tomb in the West. Instead, a book is better than a great house with a solid foundation or a stela in the temple. And so I was feeding that same energy as Sister Alicia, even before her historical tribute, that that passage was reaching out to me. And so if we could have the litany posted, and I hope that everyone reads the community portion amongst yourselves, in your home, in your space. These passages are written to be communicated together in a call and response fashion, with the idea through repeating these things, you internalize them more easily. The litany of sacrifice. Save us, O Holy One, by your name. Vindicate us by your might. Hear my prayer, divine protector. Listen to the words of my mouth. How can we repay the Holy One for the gifts that have been given to us? We will lift up the cup of salvation and call upon the God of our ancestors. We will fulfill our vows to our Creator in the presence of all our people. Gladly we bring our sacrifices to you. We praise your name, O Amen-Ra, for it is good. Umoja, unity. We shall strive to maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race.
Kujichagulia, self-determination. We shall define, name, create, and speak for ourselves.
Ujima, collective work and responsibility. We shall build and maintain our communities together. Our brothers and sisters' problems shall be ours to solve together.
Ujamaa, cooperative economics. Together, we shall build and maintain our own businesses and together profit from them.
Nia, purpose. We shall make our collective vocation the building and development of our community and the restoration of our people to our traditional greatness.
Kuumba, creativity. We shall do as much as we can in any way we can to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than when we inherited it.
Imani, faith. We shall believe with all our hearts in our God, our people,
and in the righteousness and victory of our struggle.
Okay, I see we have posted on the Zoom screen where you can make your contributions to the Wose community, Oakland, and the Wose community, Sacramento. There's also, you can donate through the links, or you can send a donation through the mail.
And there is a section in the chat for donations that you may want to go digitally to Wose Sacramento. So you can check the chat.
Excellent, excellent. And so, you know, various ways for you to make a contribution. And so we thank you for those contributions.
Yeah.
And in closing, I simply say, the Holy One, divine creator, ancestor spirits, we thank you for these contributions of money, time, and work. We pray, O Holy One, that we continue to grow stronger, that we continue to be able to build bigger and greater through these contributions. And we thank each and every one. We thank each and every one and their families. We ask blessings and mercy be upon them. We thank each and every one in the Wose community in all the various ways that they contribute to sustain and to make this organization work. Those that contribute their time and offer music to our services. All of these things is part of the tithing process. And we thank you and we appreciate that. We ask that you prepare yourself for the message that is to come. Keep your mind and your heart open to receive that message. And may it be filling, and may it reward and uplift you on this day. This is my prayer. Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Camera.
Welcome back. Finding faith here. We have a house full of musicians, house full of vocalists, a house full of talent, house full of Amen Ra, all of information. Okay. So the next song is an original. It is called Blessings. It is by our Baba, our man of the hour, Baba Damood Sudi Ali, who is over here on the acoustic piano, and he's going to tear it up for us. And I'm very excited about this. And somebody might have heard earlier, Mother Queen Thurston made it into the house. That was a surprise to me, but for those of you who made it to Soul Sunday, you know if she hears that there's going to be music played, she will find a way to get to it. So I'm excited about that. And I also wanted to clarify because Baba Kadabasi was just saying that there was a message. There is a message, but the message is in the music. Ashe? Ashe. Okay, here we go.
The blessings of our Father from the motherland shall set our people free. Praise our God, let it be. All hail the rising sun, where victory is won. For the light of truth we pray, to guide and lead the way. Oh, people of the sun, unite and be as one. Fight for righteousness and peace, there that you cannot see. Oh, hail the rising sun, till victory is won. For the light of truth we pray, to guide and lead the way. Our blessings from the Nile
So blessed to have Baba Damu here praying with us today. Praying. Bring it. Thank you, Baba Damu. As well as our other musicians. Ashe, all our musicians. Woo-wee.
Right.
Papa Jeff, you're up.
Never thought you see Sting. I won't.
I love this song. Blood will flow, and flesh and steel are one, drying in the color of the evening sun. Tomorrow's rain will wash the stain away, but something in our minds will always stay. Perhaps this final act was meant to cleanse a lifetime's argument, and nothing comes from violence, and nothing ever could. For all those born beneath an angry star, lest we forget how fragile we are. On and on, the rain will fall like tears from the sky, like tears from the star. On and on, the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are. Tears from the star, like tears from a star. On and on, the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are. On and on, the rain will fall like tears from a star, like tears from a star. Stevie Wonder.
Can you cut it up some?
go to my brother, and I say, brother, help me please. He sends me back and knocks me down. Oh, my baby. Oh, there were times that I thought I could last alone. But I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Change is gonna come. Change gonna come. Change gonna come. Oh, change gonna come. Yes, it will. Change gonna come. Oh, change gonna come. I know that a change gonna come. Yeah, change gonna come. Change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Oh, yes it will. Oh, yes it Oh, you got to roll here. David, give me a little bit. Can you give me a little of that? All right, we'll say. I hope that you enjoyed this Soul Sunday. Y'all was sitting up here just looking at just a snatch of it, but behind the scenes, woo, we running, taping down chords, taking notes and taping things down. It is a madhouse, but we do it for you because we love what we say. Ashe. This is that time in the service where we seek to see if you got the message. Did you hear? Did you hear the words of the song? Sister Latrice said, I am God on the inside. That's what we have here in Wosay. We are practicing to be God on the inside. We're practicing to work to be as perfect as we can be in this life. We make mistakes. We stumble, fall sometimes. We stumble over our words metaphorically and fall down. But I still love you. The words may come out wrong, but we still love you here. I share and I hope you love us. I love you and you and you and you and you. And now is that time in the service where we ask, what can you do for Wosay? Come on now. We are a community that is in need of workers. I say, we need you. If you're not needed around the community, if you've done your thing, you've retired or just getting started or whatever, wherever you are, we need you. I say, we need as many workers as we can get. And so can we get one hand? Can we get one person to join? We've had 2 people join within the last 2 weeks. Can we try and make it 3? Can we make it 4? Is there someone that's been touched, been moved by the message today, been moved by the message given last week, been moved by the message given the week before that? Raise your hand. Let us know that you're willing to come out and do some work, to work with us. Let us work with you. Ashe. So right now, if I can get as many people inside this sanctuary to step forward and come with us, we're gonna sing that national anthem. I see y'all sitting in the background and it's like, I don't know words. I'm gonna stand back here. You can come on up here. This is when we invite you to come on up to the front. Lend your voice. We see you. We see you. Y'all want to join in? That's right. That's right. All right. Okay. Bob is coming. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, shucks. And we got Baba Damu is slowly working his way to the front.
That's all right.
Ashe.
No, Baba?
No.
You don't want to? No? Lift every voice and sing?
Sing.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, we're trying to get folks here, and I'm waving all the way down there. Maybe they make me jealous. He's cleaning his beard. Maybe you can see my beard. We just want to welcome everybody. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, the Queen Mother is in the house, and the Queen Stepping up. I know it's taking a little, there we go. It's taking a little bit of time. We're making some room. Ladies and gentlemen, the Queen Mother is in the house. Yes.
Hey.
Come on, there we go. You can just kind of turn, yeah, how do you want to turn? Hold on. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the message today. The message is in the music. We go through stages of love and love lost. And then we get into these areas where we fight. I say we fight for our own emotional feelings. We fight for justice. We fight for keeping the family together. We fight. And then we get into the spirit. We get into the spirit. We get into the Most High. We tap into that. We tap into that spirit right there. And so this has been the message today. All right. Everybody's up here but Ty, so we're gonna kind of wait. I'm embarrassed. I'll call him out. He called me out all the time. All the time. Somebody has to direct. All right, it's okay. And Baba Damu, whenever you ready. Keep me. Every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the let our rejoicing rise high as the glistening sky.
Let it resound out as the wind.
Sing a song full of the faith that the darkness has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the presence has taught us. Sing the rising sun, a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that all of you were able to pick up what I was putting down.
Yes.
There was a message in the music. I felt it, and hopefully it was through me to you. We are all connected and we are stronger together.
Yes.
Thank you for allowing me to be myself. This is, the first or second time, Wose.
And so we want to thank the ancestors for their presence. Obviously, they have moved us, inspired us throughout the service. And let us all join together as one people. One people. One heart.
One heart, one love,
One
one.
We are indeed the most beautiful people on the face of the earth.